Welcome to Mizzu Studio, where thoughtful interiors meet everyday comfort. If you've ever looked around your home and felt that something was missing, something quiet, refined, yet powerful, this video is just for you. Today, we'll explore the art of the subtle, the little things that whisper elegance rather than shout. We'll dive into small, budget-friendly design decisions inspired by the timeless calm of McGee Company. These aren't dramatic renovations or costly upgrades. They're accessible ideas that add soul, texture, and quiet luxury to your home. If you're enjoying this type of content, I warmly invite you to subscribe to Mizzu Studio. It helps our small, heartfelt channel grow, and we're working toward our first 1,000 subscribers. If you've already clicked that button, thank you so much. Let's begin crafting a home that feels every bit as lovely as the life you've built. One, add an accent bench at the foot of the bed. Sometimes, a simple bench can change how a whole room feels. At the foot of the bed, a bench creates a sense of completion and structure. McGee Company often use benches in natural wood, soft boucle, or linen with brass legs. It's a place to fold a throw, rest a book, or simply add dimension. You can find beautiful options secondhand or repurpose a vintage coffee table. The secret is in the texture, a worn oak grain or a creamy upholstered seat. This one piece makes the room feel thoughtful and quietly finished. It's comfort and elegance in one simple line. And most importantly, it makes the bedroom feel lived in yet elevated. use a tray to anchor small vignettes. One of the most understated tools in styling is the humble tray. Whether on a coffee table, nightstand, or kitchen island, trays bring order to chaos. McGee & Company often use rattan, aged wood, or marble trays to ground collections. On top, place a candle, a tiny ceramic bowl, and perhaps a small bundle of herbs or dried stems. The tray gives everything a frame, it tells the eye where to look. It's a subtle layer that adds texture and grace. And it makes everyday objects feel like part of a still life. You don't need to buy new items, just gather what you love and group it with intention. Three, add picture light fixtures above art or shelves. A picture light may seem like a luxury, but it changes everything. Mounted above a favorite print or open shelving, it creates a quiet museum-like glow. McGee & Company favor brass, matte black, or antique bronze for a soft vintage feel. Even a battery-operated version can add elegance instantly. The warm, focused light draws attention without overpowering the room. It's a designer's secret for adding dimension, warmth, and character. Just one or two lights can make your home feel curated and intentional. It's not about brightness, it's about ambience. 4. Layer entry rugs with natural materials. Layering rugs may sound extravagant, but it adds comfort and depth affordably. Start with a larger jute or sisal rug, budget-friendly and textural. Then place a smaller vintage-style or patterned rug on top. McGee & Company often use this approach in entryways, kitchens, and under coffee tables. It softens the space, defines zones, and brings visual interest. Even well-worn or faded rugs add beauty, they tell a story. The contrast of rough and soft creates balance. It feels casual, lived in, and layered with care. Five. Use a tall ceramic pitcher as a vase. You don't need fresh flowers to bring life into your space. A tall ceramic or stoneware pitcher, especially with an aged finish, adds instant charm. McGee & Company often style these with dried stems, eucalyptus, or faux olive branches. Place it on a console, dining table, or kitchen counter for height and structure. The pitcher's shape draws the eye upward, creating movement. Its color and texture anchor the space. It's sculptural, practical, and wonderfully timeless. And the best part, it looks beautiful empty or full. 6. Use books as decorative foundations. Hardcover books with linen or neutral covers can act as beautiful styling anchors. McGee Company often stack 2 or 3 books on a console or coffee table to create height. Place a candle, a small bowl, or a natural object like driftwood on top. Choose books in soft tones, cream, sand, dusty gray, for a cohesive look. The trick is not in the title, but in the texture and balance. Books bring quiet depth and an invitation to pause. They make every surface feel curated without effort. Seven. Swap hardware with aged metal finishes. One of the most overlooked upgrades is cabinet hardware. Swapping basic knobs for aged brass, matte black, or antique bronze makes a huge difference. McGee Company often use these tones to add a subtle vintage edge. Even something as small as a drawer pull can bring a luxurious finish. Look for soft, rounded shapes or fluted textures to elevate the design. These small details add visual weight and polish to your cabinetry. 8. Create a framed fabric or wallpaper panel. Instead of covering a wall, frame a section of wallpaper or vintage fabric as art. This is a favorite McGee & Company trick, especially with botanical prints or classic patterns. You can use thrifted frames and leftover fabric to keep costs low. It gives texture, color, and pattern without overwhelming the space. Hung alone or in a set of 3, these framed panels feel refined and intentional. It's a beautiful way to personalize a room with heritage and softness. Nine. Display a bowl of natural objects. A simple bowl can become the centerpiece of a room when filled with natural finds. McGee & Company often fill theirs with moss, pine cones, vintage spools, or weathered stones. Use a shallow ceramic or wood bowl with texture and weight. The key is in the quiet palette, earth tones, soft greens, and creams. This brings nature indoors in a way that feels collected, not styled. It's an invitation to slow down and notice small beauty. 10. Hang small-scale art in unexpected places. Sometimes, art doesn't need to be large to feel meaningful. A tiny framed sketch or print in a hallway, above a light switch, or near a shelf can feel intimate. McGee Company often tuck these little pieces into corners, alcoves, or layered on bookshelves. They create delightful surprises for the eye and warm up quiet spaces. It's a gentle way to make a room feel loved and lived in. And it invites you to slow down and notice the charm in simplicity. Creating a beautiful home doesn't require big budgets or grand gestures. Often, it's the smallest decisions, the curve of a vase, the texture of a pillow, the glow of a lamp, that leave the deepest impression. With McGee Company as our quiet inspiration, we've seen how restraint and grace can work together. If this video brought you inspiration or peace, we'd be honored if you subscribe to Mizzu Studio. Your support helps us grow and reach our first milestone of 1,000 subscribers. And if you've already joined our community, thank you, deeply. Your kindness is woven into every video we create. Until next time, may your home always reflect the quiet beauty of a life well lived.